evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Amelia Marquez. In tonight's news, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation has a new addition to the state's top 10 most wanted list. Tennessee officials are terminating a program enacted by legislators 20 years ago, which would enable parents to save for their children's college education. A Franklin County man is found guilty of setting fire to his home. We'll bring you part 2 of the Congressman Scott DesJarlais's town hall meeting in Shelbyville, and we'll give you an inside look at the Tullahoma Middle School pep band. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
Hey everybody, I'm John Harris.
My name is Cass Barnes.
We just wanted to make you all aware of the first annual Tullahoma Alumni Coffee Pot Game. It's going to be at Coffee County Middle School on their varsity football field. It's going to be September 19th, 2015.
I'm playing quarterback and I'm one of the team captains.
Also a team captain, I'm playing left guard and defensive tackle. This is very important that we get community support and involvement with this program. It's going to be one of the biggest revenue generators for the Tullahoma Quarterback Club, and we're estimating anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 of additional revenue that we can start bringing in to the Tullahoma Quarterback Club on a residual basis for each of these games that we do. So we look forward to your support and hope to see you there.
So come out and support your Tullahoma Wildcats.
Welcome back. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation has a new addition to the state's top 10 most wanted list. Michael Dominic Sales of Shelbyville. Sales is wanted by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and the Fayetteville Police Department for homicide in the shooting death of Carlton Capone Caruth in Fayetteville, Tennessee on September the 6th. Sales is a 29-year-old African-American male with black hair and brown eyes. He's 5'8" and weighs approximately 185 pounds and has gold teeth. He was last seen in the silver Chrysler 300. Sales should be considered armed and dangerous. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of Michael Dominique Sales is urged to call the TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND. There is a $1,000 reward for information leading to his arrest.
Tennessee officials are terminating a program enacted by legislators 20 years ago, which would enable parents to save for their children's college education by prepaying future tuition at current rates over time as their children were growing up. Under the Tennessee Baccalaureate Education Program Trust or BEST program, the state's professional money managers would invest money at rates sufficient to cover the rising cost of tuition as they came due. The Nashville Tennessean says about 10,000 students were enrolled in the program at its peak. The recession of 2008 cut investment earnings, forcing state officials to close new enrollment back in 2010. The BEST program will formally end in November of this year. Termination of the fund will impact funds currently available for the BEST customer accounts or the ability of the program to make timely payments through normal operating procedures. However, BEST customers will have to register to confirm the status of the beneficiary. About 3,200 currently enrolled students will be allowed to keep the plan or graduate on the request of a refund.
A Franklin County man must serve 11 years on probation and pay $94,000 in restitution to his insurance company, as well as a $25,000 court-ordered fine. This as a result of conviction of insurance fraud related to a 2013 fire on his property. James Walls, age 33, was sentenced recently by Franklin County Court. At the conclusion of a 3-day trial, Walls was accused of starting a fire at his home at 114 Hesse Branch Lane in Deckard. He was convicted of one charge of insurance fraud related to arson. The trial came at the conclusion of a joint investigation by the State Fire Marshal's Office Bomb and Arson Section, the Franklin County Sheriff's Department, and insurance investigators. If you would like to report a suspected arson, call the Tennessee Arson Hotline at 1-800-762-3017. The Arson Hotline is a phone line dedicated to receiving information about suspicious fires. It is answered 24 hours a day, and you may may remain anonymous when providing information.
Duck River Electric Membership Corporation is warning members about phone scams in the service area again. Callers are falsely linking themselves to DREMC, claiming the member's account is past due, and if payment is not made, electricity would be disconnected. The calls originate from 818-359-0121. DREMC would like members to know if they receive a questionable call, they should not give out any personal information. They are advised to hang up and contact their local DREMC office. Furthermore, Duck River employees do not ask members for payment information unless the member initiates the call. Also, if someone is claiming to be a DREMC employee and asks for payment at your home or business, please demand official identification. Remember that Duck River and its contractors should be clearly marked vehicles. If they cannot readily produce identification, contact the authorities. Bill payment methods available to DREMC members include bank draft, online bill pay by phone, pay by mobile app, pay by mail, and pay in person.
We'll be right back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
Hi, I'm John Greenwood. Let me tell you a few of the ways our parts and service team is committed to keeping your vehicle in top condition. Factory trained, certified technicians and ASE certified who can service all makes and models. Everyday low price oil change of $29.95 with a free 16-point vehicle inspection for your convenience. Schedule your next service appointment at StanMcNabb.com. We'll get you in and out. Back on the road with peace of mind. Stan McNabb Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, 1200 East Carroll, right here in Tullahoma, Tennessee.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. Tonight we bring you part 2 of Congressman Scott Desjardins' town hall meeting in Shelbyville. The congressman says that he may call for congressional hearings on the USDA's inspection process at the recently concluded Tennessee Walking Horse National Celebration.
I'm convinced that there is a need for further investigation and possibly a hearing to see whether or not whether or not there's targeting going on. If the USDA and APHIS and HSUS are being bad actors, then that needs to be exposed. What myself and my team and what I need from all of you is, if you're not from my district, you need to talk to your representatives. I know Representative Marsha Blackburn has done a lot of work on this issue. Senator Lamar Alexander has been helpful. Mitch McConnell from Kentucky has been helpful, but we need a big contingency of members. Somehow they were able to gather all kinds of signatures, co-sponsorships on the Whitfield bill. that of course didn't get brought up and shouldn't have gotten brought up because in my opinion it was being sold in a false manner. Basically, I think they were going up to members of Congress and saying there's horses being abused, this bill will stop it, will you sign on? And people just signed on, and so then they bragged about the momentum that they were getting. But even with that number of co-sponsorships, you see that it didn't get taken up, and it didn't get taken up because it was not accurate and it was not real. But what I would like to see is letters of support, because politicians do listen, or they should. If they don't, they do listen to their constituency. And I know that Steve King from Iowa was, I would say, just directly attacked by the Humane Society when he was running against Secretary Vilsack's wife a few years ago. The Humane Society spent $750,000 in negative TV ads against Steve King, and they were unsuccessful, thankfully. But it's kind of suspicious, in my opinion, that our Secretary of Agriculture has a wife who has got such great support from HSUS, and I want to know the reason behind that. So, you know, that's a question we're going to be asking. And I think a lot of you are probably aware that the Whitfields are now under a congressional ethics investigation. And by the support and the turnout here, I think that probably everybody is in agreement that this is a problem that needs to be addressed, and it is going to be addressed. Okay, basically the point is that we should have a new Secretary of Agriculture in the upcoming year and a half. Yeah, and so like so many things that we've had to do in Congress, right now it seems like we're relegated to running out the clock on this current administration, but I don't think that the industry can wait. Last year we had several meetings with USDA, and the cooperation is great in the off season. Whenever we've had meetings in my office in Washington, and Mike can attest to this, there doesn't seem to be any problem. They're fine with us filming inspections, having an independent third party in doing that. They're happy to work for objective forms of testing, and we go in the last 2 seasons anyway very optimistic that a lot of the issues have been resolved, and we're going to have a good celebration. But then they show up with I don't know, 15, 20 VMOs. They've got apparently 6 or 8 big armed guards over there. I don't know what they're expecting that they need armed personnel for, but obviously they're very concerned about the process, and it's not at all what we were told in advance of the celebration. So last Thursday was a real eye-opener for me to talk to Dr. Gibson and Dr. Turner and others when we were asking just simple questions about why there's such a discrepancy in the disqualifications. We were getting any number of answers. I asked Dr. Gibson just a general question about whether or not he thought the industry was improving itself. We know that in the past there's a history of bad actors that have essentially been rooted out, but his answer to me was no, the industry is getting worse. And I said, how is the industry getting worse? And he said, well, there's a huge increase of incidents of pressure soaring. And it was fortunate that Mike was standing there and Dr. Turner was standing there, because Mike asked Dr. Turner, of the 1,000 horses he'd inspected for pressure soaring, how many turned up positive? And he kind of kicks the sand and says 0. And so I turned back to Dr. Gibson. I said, so what would be your next answer as to why the industry is getting much worse? And I don't believe he had one. And you know, I'm not here to pick on those guys. I'm trying to be objective. I want to know the facts, and that's how a good investigation should be. The facts will lead you to the truth, and you know, that's where we need to start and where we need to go.
We'll be back in a moment after these messages.
Trucks, trucks, and more trucks. Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester is your home for both new and pre-owned trucks. We have a huge selection of over 200 trucks to choose from. Check us out on the web at russellbarnett.com and view our great selection. We are your truck headquarters, and we want to be your one-stop shop. That's Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester, your truck headquarters. Trucks, trucks, and more trucks. Why buy anywhere else?
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. Jim stopped by Welcome Stadium last Thursday night as the Tullahoma Middle School football team took on the White County Warriors. The story, however, focuses on the behind-the-scenes action at the game, primarily the middle school pep band.
Run up the middle by.
Till the end, hey, hey. Go 5 minutes till the very end. Hey, hey. Go 5 minutes, hey, hey. Till the end, hey, hey. Go 5 minutes. And shake it. Wildcat fans, we want to see you stomp. And shake it.
Led by number 1, Kai Johnson. It's getting up for Tullahoma. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll draw your attention down to the front of the band area. Spencer Yoder was the top magazine seller for East Middle School, and therefore is going to get a pop base. Congratulations, Spencer Yoder. Enjoy that pie. Quarterback keeper by number 15, Ben Fick.
By the way, the Tullahoma football squad piled up a 24-0 lead at halftime and went on to win the game handily. We'll be right back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
We're losing it, doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Welcome back. The Shelbyville Golden Eagles football team is off to a great start this season as they boast a 3-0 record headed into the big rivalry game this Friday night against Tullahoma and Shelbyville. Jim spoke with Golden Eagles head coach Jason Hardy to get his thoughts on this week's game.
We know the season as it goes is going to get tougher. We've got a huge game coming up this week with Tullahoma, and I know record-wise it doesn't look like as good a matchup on paper, but you know, last year they had the lead the whole game. We come back and win within 10 seconds on the clock, and you have these border rivals and these games that they've been playing for years. You throw records out the window and just show up. It's going to be a good game because you gotta play those games, and they're hard fought, and our kids know that. And we'll have a tough week and try to get better because you see on film even though we're 3-0, I feel like we've got a long way to go. So we've got a lot of improvements to be made.
Tullahoma, by the way, is 0-3 on the season now, and have had some injuries. Do you anticipate having a hard time getting your kids to take it serious or to get up for this game?
I don't, because it is Tullahoma, and it's that rival game, and our kids want to win these rival games. Anytime you're playing Tullahoma, Franklin County, Coffee County, these border, our kids are going to get up for it. Saying that, kids are kids. They're going to see records and they're going to think, 3-0 versus 0-3 on paper you should win, and that's not the case. I think last year when I believe they were 0-2 and we were 2-0 going in, and they played us really tight, will help get us ready. I know Coach Olive. I know kind of what he's going through with the injuries and everything, but they always have a great game plan for us, and we know when we show up we're going to have a battle on our hands. I hope we have a huge crowd. I hope a lot of people come out. We're back at home, so we'll get the kids focused and ready. And like I said, after watching film, if our kids can't see the holes that we need to fix, then we got a problem. So we've got to keep on improving each week.
Injury situation is pretty good for you guys. You don't have any key players, I don't think, or do you?
No, we're pretty good for the most part, bangs and bruises, but nobody out, for extended period of time, and hopefully we'll keep it that way. And our kids do a good job of, we work out in the weight room 2 or 3 times a week, even during season, for injury prevention, and that goes a long way. And of course, you got to have a little luck too.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll keep on the lucky side when it comes to injury.
The pet of the week this week at the Tullahoma Animal Shelter is a Catahoula named Gino. Gino entered the shelter as a stray and is approximately 6 months old. Gino gets along well with other dogs and children. He will receive a free spay provided by the Tullahoma Animal Shelter. Be sure to check out the Tullahoma Shelter on Facebook for upcoming events and fundraisers. Remember, you can help support your local shelter by adopting, donating, or volunteering. For more details, contact Teresa at 454-9580. The Tullahoma Animal Shelter is located at 942 Maplewood Avenue.
The Coffee County Humane Society featured pet this week is Frida. She is a mixed breed dog looking for a forever home. The shelter also has many other dogs available for adoption at 1210 Oakdale Street in Manchester. Hours of operation at the shelter are 7:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. The shelter's phone number is 723-2730. Donations for animal care can be made at the Coffee Humane Society, P.O. Box 252, Manchester. Their website is www.coffeehumane.org.
Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up next.
Over 1,000 tornadoes are reported each year. Would you know what to do if one was in your area? Hi, I'm Sarah Evans with a reminder from the American Red Cross to help yourself and your family be prepared before disaster strikes. Pick a safe place in your home where family members can gather during a tornado. Assemble a disaster supplies kit and conduct periodic tornado drills to practice. To learn more, contact your local American Red Cross chapter or visit www.redcross.org today. Thank you.
The Kia Summers on Us sales event is going on right now at Russell Barnett Kia of Tullahoma. Let me tell you about this event. Purchase a new Kia Sedona, Kia Optima, Kia Forte and receive 0% financing up to 66 months and your first 3 payments for free. For a limited time only, no strings attached. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. The Kia Summers on Us sales event going on right now. Why buy anywhere else?
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1931 at 96 degrees. The record low was in 1956 at 45 degrees. The average high on this day is 84 and the average low is 62. Tonight, look for partly cloudy weather with a low of around 62. 40% chance of rain, or rather storms, in your forecast for Friday with a high of 82 and a low of 60. Partly cloudy weather and sunshine expected on Saturday with a high of 71 and a low of 51. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
And from all of us on Newsleader 6, wishes you and your families an absolutely lovely weekend. Thank you.